Though you rope am reek, your home ruler is Dan. Figure right, he is hoisted by the scurve of his shaggy neck. Figure left, he is rationed in isobaric patties among the crew. One asks, was he poisoned? One thinks, how much did he leave? Ex-gardener. On Hawk, Costello, Tinstella, Marnie, Moran. Though you rope am reek, your home ruler is Dan. Figure right, he is hoisted by the scurve of his shaggy neck. Figure left, he is rationed in isobaric patties among the crew. One asks, was he poisoned? One thinks, how much did he leave? Ex-gardener, Riesengebirge, fitted up with planturous existences, would make Rosie O'Grady mites little holes. Fought sheep and scupper the wash, with the oil silk Mac leaves pet mix his aqua scrutin. The enjoyment he took in K-women, the employment he gave to G-men, sponsor to a squad of piercers, ally to a host of Rawleys, against lightning, explosion, fire, earthquake, flood, whirlwind, burglary, third party, rot, loss of cash, loss of credit, impact of vehicle, can rant as grave as oxtail soup, and chat as gay as a porto servant, is unhesitant in his unionism, and yet a bigoted nationalist. Sylvia Cola is shy of him. Matt Rosenhausen knows the joke, shows the sinews of peace in his Chester wars. Teeth of home, 939 years of coffee hole, is always open for polypolity's sake, and he's not sometimes closed for the love of James. Sucks life's elixir from the petty pickles of the Jewess, and rolls and sucks if any coupling runs down the Huguenots. Boomerport, Wallasey, Obermeerschau, Bloucher and Supercharger, Monsieur Ducrot, Mr. Mudson, Master Gardener. To one he's just haunch and Judex, to another full of beans and brilliant. Hallucination, Couchman, ectoplasm, passed for Baba Blacksheep till he grew white woo-woo woolly, was dramatized by Macmilligan's daughter, and put to music by one Schubard. All Fitzpatricks in his emirate remember him. The boys of Westford hail him Babu, indanified himself with borough tribute, and was shanked publicly to Brigstow. Was given the light in dry orchard, and entomold in three plexes. His likeness is in Terraquit, and he giveth rest to the rainbows, liberality, fraternity, and quality. His reverse makes a virtue of necessity, while his obverse mars a mother by invention. This skilk his gunnel, and he's the second imperial, untie points, unhook tenters, and he's Latin plaster. Calls upon all things when he fails to appeal to each of us. Vacidens, Ardri, Kongzema, Rex Regulorum, stood into Demouth, then back broadside on Boiler Fever. Either Eldorado or Ultimate Pole. A crawl of 4 feud fires, a crawl of 5 pubs. Laid out lashings of lavery to hunt down his family ancestors, and then fled double trouble, or quick to hush the buckers up. Threw peblets for luck over one sodden shoulder, and dragoon feet laid arms to their teeth. Pet as Gaudio Gambrinus, grim as pot of the grave, ace of hearts, use of Danimon, trouble of clubs, fear of state. Come brum, twi nicey nurses for a drum, betray to Uno tips the scale. Reeled the title roll opposite a brace of girdles in silver on the screen, that was sequenced from the set as crookback by the even more titulars Wick, Dave, and Barry. He can get on as early as the 22nd of Mars, but occasionally he doesn't come off before Virginity Quinque Germinal. His Indian name is Hatapusi Subjigwe, and his number in arithmosophy is the Stars of the Cloud. Took weapon in the province of the Pike, and let fling his line on Eelwich. Moves in Vicus, Pickle, yet renews the same. The drain rat bless his offals, while the park bird curse his floodlight. Portobello, Equadocta, Derricopter, Carcorello. He pours into the soft-clad shellborn the hard cash earned in Watling Street. His birth proved accidental shows his death is grave mistake. Brought us giant ivy from the land of Junkers, and bewittered Apostolopoulos with the gale of his gall. While satisfied that soft, youthful, bright, matchless girls should bosom into fine, silk-clad, joyous, blooming young women, is not so pleased that heavy, swearsome, strong-smelling, irregular-shaped men should blot out active, handsome, well-formed, frank-eyed boys. Herald, hairy fair, all off the wheat. Husband your aunt and endow your nipple. Hearken, but hush it, screen him and see. Time is an archbishopric, time was a tradesman's entrance. Deck burn brooked with what? Scale scarred by scout. His rainfall is a couple of knee-highs, while his mean grass temperature, marked 3 in the shade, is the melting point of snow and the bubbling place of alcohol. Has a tussle with the trolls, and then does himself justice. Hinted at in the eschatological chapters of Humphrey's Justice of the JPs, and hunted for by Theban resenters, who sniffed there's something behind the bug of the death. The king was in his corner wall, milking Mark O'Murray, the queen was steep in amber, feeling fain and furry, the maids with midst the hawthorns, chewing up their hose, out pimped the back guards, and pump gun they goes. To all his foretellers, he reared a stone, and for all his commenters, he planted a tree. 40 acres, 60 miles, white stripe, red stripe, washes his feet in Anaka water. Oh, Mr. Porter, so what shall he do? For he wanted to sit for Pimlico, but they taught him to stand for Sue. Dutch Lord over orders. Edmund, king and martyr, Dunstung in the east, Peter Lefort in Petron, Bart the Great by the exchange. He hastens towards Dame's troth and wedding hand, like the Prince of Orange and Nassau, while he has Trinity left behind him, like bold beggar Bill the Bostonic. Brow of a hazelwood, cool in the dark, changes Loix into bullocks, and a well of Artesia into a bird of Arabia. The handwriting on his face wall, the crypto-conchoid siphonostomata in his expression. His birth spot lies beyond the Hellespont, and his burial plot in the pleasant little field. He is the eldest kiosk on the peninsula, and the youngest hostel in St. Scholarland. Walked many hundreds and many score miles of streets, and lit thousands in one nightlight and hectares of windows. His great wide cloak lies on 15 acres, and his little white horse decks by dozens outdoors. Oh, sorrow the sail and woe the rudder the facet for Mary Kay. His sons the Huns, his daughters the Tartars, are plenty here today, who repulsed from his burst the bomb-bolt of Ostenton, and falchioned each flash down the duck in the deep. A personal problem, a locative enigma, upright one, vehicule of arcanization in the field, lying chap, flood supplier of siliculation through Eblen. A part of the whole as a port for a whale. Dear Hewitt Castello, Equerry, were daylighted with our outing, and are looking backwards to unearly summers from rhododendrons. Is above the seed fruit level, and outside the leguminiferous zone. When older links lock older hearts, then he'll resemble she. Can be built with glue and clipping, scrawled or voided on a buttress. The Night Express sings his story, the song of sparrow notes on his stave of wires. He crawls with light, he swarms with stagger. Is as quiet as a musk, yet can be as noisy as a summer dog. Was Dillman when his date was palmy, and Mudlin when his nut was cracked. Stuck up the seas, let lord at ease, one lip on his lap and one cushion his creek. His porter has a mighty grasp, and his Baxter's the boon of broad white. As far as winds rise and rain eats, and sun turns and water bound, he is exalted and depressed, assembled and asunder. Go away, we are deluded. Come back, we are disghosted. Board the Ostra, left the Empress, swam the Mabel and sure the Moil. Like fat, like tallow, of greasefulness, yea, of dripping greasefulness. Did not say to the old, did not say to the scorbutic. He has founded a house, Uru, a house he has founded to which he has assigned its fate. Bears a raven girlant on a fjeld dive. Rose the halo off his varlet when he appeared to his she-cook, as haycock, emmet, boro, toro, osteric, mangy, and skunk. Pressed the beer of ale age out of the nettles of rashness. Put a roof on the lodge for him, and a cock in his pot pro homo. Was Dapper, then Panzer Sender, then Hortifex Magnum. The toast that tittled on him, the tights that tottled on him. Till starts our hairs, yet gates our ghost. Pocketbook, packetbook, gat man gun run. The light of other days, dire dreary darkness, our awful dad, Timor of Porter. puzzling, startling, shocking, nay, perturbing, went puffing from Kingsworth and new customs, doffing the gibbet off him to every breach of all size, with pa's new heft and papa's new health, his papa's old cutlass, papa left us. When young head, old shouldered and middlish neck aged about, caller herring every daily, turgid tarpon overnight, see Lorian the chameleon, that changed endocrine history by loving his luck with 40 bannock. She drove him baked till he driv her blind up. The pigeons, doves be perching all over him one day at Basil's Bridge, and the ravens dove be pitching their dark nets after him the next night, behind Koenigstein's arbour. Trump of the rep, hump of the priv, cross of the pub. His head would its ideal, if his feet are bally clay. He crashed in the hollow of the park, trees down, as he soared in the vacuum of the phoenix, stones up. Looks like a mountain bolter, and sounds like a rude word. The mountain view, some lumen pale round a lamp of sugar and boiling water. 3 shots of putty at a block saddle. Made up to Miss McCormack Neil Carthy, who made off with Darley Dermot, swank and swarthy. Once Diamond cut Garnet, now Dammit cuts Brony. You might find him at the Florence, but watch out for him in Wynn's Hotel. Here's his bow and where's his leaker, and here lays his be quiet hearse, deep. Swed Albany, likeliest villain of the place. Henry Canterell Cochrane, egotisters limited. We take our tays and freeze our fleas round Saturn's mounted foot. Built the London's kirk and destroyed the church's land. Who guess his title grabs his deeds. Fletch and Crichton's fashion chaps. Artful Duke of Wiley-Sly. Hugglebelly's Funnyroll. Cock-up Calicac. Heard in camera and excruciated. Boone when the benches billeted. Banned if buckshot back shattered. Heaven gendered chaos feated. Earthborn. His father presumptively ploughed it deep on overtime, and his mother at all events must have prevailed her fair share. The footprints on the magazine. Hetman unhorsed by searing sand. Honorary captain of the extemporized fire brigade, reported to be friendly with the police. The door is still open. The old stock collar is coming back, not forgetting the time you laughed at Elder Charterhouse's dock white pants, and the way you said the whole township can see his hairy legs. By stealth of a curse, her auburn tress abaft his nape she hung. When his kettle became a hearth scaldus, our Forthyites set their lymphium fire. His year letter concocted by master hands of assays, his hallmark imposed by the standard of wrought plate, a pair of pickerels and a triple screen to get a window. Lights his pipe with a robin tree, and hires a tow horse to haul his shoes. Cures slaveys scurvy, breaks barons boils. Called to sell polish and was found later in a bedroom. Has his seat of justice, his house of mercy, his cornucopias and his stacks awry. Prospector, he had a rucksack. Retrospector, he holds the Hulpenstick. Won the freedom of New York for the minds of Jugoslaves. Acts active, peddles in pacifism, and is a gorgon of self-religiousness. Pours a laugh's worth of his information over a lamb's worth of salt. Half heard the single maiden speech La Belle spun to her grand mount, and hold a lifetime by his ain fireside, wondering was it Hebrew set to hymnal-tones, or the quicksilver song of Quaternion. His troubles may be over, but his doubles have still to come. The lobster pot, the crab, dark eel, the garden pet that spoiled our squeezed peas. He stands in a lovely park, sea is not far, importunate towns of X, Y, and Z are easily overreached. Is an excrescence to civilized humanity and but a wart on Europe. Wanna made sing signs to sound sense, and yet he wanna get all his flesh new made mots truly plural and plausible. Has excisively large rings, and is uncustomarily perfumed. Lusteth that he listeth the clear whisper of a Thames. Is a prince of the Fingalian, in a Hibernia of coolies. Has a Hodge to weary him, and a Frenchie to carry him, and a Brabanson for his beater, and a Fritz at his switch. Was waylaid of a Parker and beshotten by Buckley. Kicks lintels when his copy, and casts Jacob's arrow roots, dime after dime, to poor waif strays on the parish. Reads the charms of H.C. Anderson all the weeks of his evening, and the crimes of Ivan the Terrible, every strong day morn. Soaps you softly your face and slaps himself when he's baddened. Owns the bulgiest bung barrel that ever was tip-tapped in the privacy of the Mullingar Inn. Was born with a newer silver tongue in his mouth, and went round the coast of iron with his left hand to the seam. Raised but 2 fingers and yet smelt it would they, for whom it is easier to found a sea in Edlana than for I or you to find a double tie in Amsterdam. To live with whom is a life mire, and to know whom a liberal education. Was dipped in holy olives, and christened in Cento tools. Hears cricket on the earth, but annoys the life out of predicants. Still turns the dirk's ear of Darius to the now thoroughly infuriated one of God. Made man with guts that jerk, and minted money among many. Likes a 6-a-cup pudding when he's come home, sweet home. Has come through all the eras of lived adventure, from moonshine and champagne down to clouts and pottled porter. Willem the First, Heinrich the Eighth, Charles the Second, Richard the Third. If a mandrake shriek to convultures at last surviving his birth, the wild duck will wail bitterly over the rotter's resurrection. Loses weight in moonlight, but girds girder by the sundawn. With one touch of nature, set a veiled world a grin, and went within a sheet of tissue paper of the option of 3 jails. Who could see at one blick a salmon taken with a lance, hunters pursuing a doe, a swallow ship in full sail, a white robe lifting a host. Faced flattery like old King Canute, and turned his back like Cincinnatus. Is a farfar and morfar and a whorefar, a naked bucker in villas old as new. Squats a port and cracks a quaint when it's flagging in town and on haven. Blows whiskery around his summit, but stays stout upon his footles. Stutters 40 falls and goes mad entirely when he's waked. Is Tim to the pearly morn, and Tomb to the morning night. And he had the best bun-bath bricks in bold Babylon for his pitching clays. He'd be lost for the want of his one wobbling wall. Answer: Finn McCool. 2. Does your mother know your Mike? Answer: when I turn the optics from such urban prospects, 'tis my filial's bosom doth behold with pride that pontificator and circumvallator with his damn knight garrulous slipped by his side. And alive the list of her, twould Grig mountains whisper her, and the birds of Iceland melt in waves of fire, and her spoon me spondies, and her dirtle me underneath, make the rageous Ossian kneel and quaff a lyre. If Dan's Dane, Anne's dirty, if he's plain, she's party, if he's fain, she's flirty, with her orban streams and her coy cajoleries, and her dabbling drolleries, for to rouse his rudder up or to drench his dreams. If hot Hammurabi or coward Ecclesiastes could espy her pranklings, they'd burst bounds again, and renounce their ruins, and denounce their doings, for ever and ever and a night. Amen. 3. Which title is the true to type motto in you, for that tick for talk attachment painted wit with one darkness, where a snake is under clover and birds are prowler in the rookeries, and the Magda went to Monk's house, and the river Park was spotted, which is not witchcraft war ought, nor Ouster home Reichless, not Haroldsby grocer, not Vatten can vintner, not Houseboat and Hive, not Knox at a bell, not O'Phoenix coal prince, not Owen Spar Roomyek, not Eblon Downs, not La Desalumia, not Benjamin's Lee, not Ptolemy's Warrington, not Antwerp, not Moscow, not Corries, not Weirs, not the Arch, not the Smug, not the Dutch House, not the Oval, nothing grand, nothing splendid, Graffer for Slettel, neda erat est erit, nor non mihi, said Lucifro. Answer: thine obesity, O civilian, hits the felicitude of our orb. 4. What Irish capital city, there, of 2 syllables and 6 letters, with a Delphic origin and a numinous end, dust, oh dust, can boast of having A, the most extensive public park in the world, B, the most extensive brewing industry in the world, C, the most expansive peopling thoroughfare in the world, D, the most philo-hippocampus population in the world, and harmonize your ABCD responses? Answer: A, Belfast. And when you hear the